Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Malo Tutorials. In this video we're going to talk on how to make a frequent distribution table from a given data. Saying construct a clearly labeled frequent distribution table for the above data with 5 equal classes using 5 as the lower limit for the first class. So here what we're going to do is we're going to take the following steps. So the first step, our first step is step 1 is when calculating the range, where the range is equals to the biggest number minus the lowest number. So our biggest number here, I think we are seeing it's 74, and then our smallest number. Now our smallest number is not 9, since here the statement is saying we have to take 5 as the lower class limit for the first class interval, meaning to say now we are taking 5 as the lowest number. So 5 is the lowest number, then the range is equals to 69. And then step 2, we need to calculate for the number of classes. So when deciding the number of classes, here we're not going to decide, because in this case we are already given the number of classes as 5, so we're not going to decide our own number of classes. So the number of classes is equals to 5. Then step 3, we need to calculate for the class width. So the class width is equals to range over the number of classes. So here from our data, the range is 69, and then the number of classes is 5. So here we're going to get a class width of 13.8. And then if we get a class width with a decimal, we have to round it to the next whole number. So here we're going to write 14. So here when we are rounding off this class width, we are not going to use the rounding off rule, which says that, let's say if you're having 13.5, the rounding off rule is saying that if you need to round off this one into a whole number, we must have the number after the comma must be 5 and above, so that it can change this one to 14. And then it also says that if the number after the comma, if the digit after the comma is 4 and below, it's not going to change this one. So this round off rule is not going to work here. So what is going to work is that as long as we are having a decimal, we are going to round it to the next whole number. Like let's say if we are having 13.01 as our class width here, it means we are going to round it to be 14. If we are having 13.22, we are going to also round it to 14. And then if we are having 13.51, we are going also to round it to 14. So when we find out our class width as a decimal, we are going to round it to the next whole number without considering the rounding off rule. So now the next step we are going to take after drawing the frequent distribution table, which contains 3 columns: the class interval column, the tally column, and the frequency column. So we are only having for our frequency table so now how are we going to decide on the number of rows? Now we have drawn the number of columns, now we need to decide on the number of rows. So what determines the number of rows is the number of classes. So the number of classes is 5, so it means here we are going to have 5 rows. So here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the number of classes. So the number of classes determines the number of rows, which we are going to draw here. So after drawing, now we need to calculate for the class interval. So on the class interval, we are having 2 sections: the one which is called the lower class limit and the upper class limit. So for the lower class limit, we are going to start with the lowest number. So on the lower class limit here for the first class interval, we are going to start with the lowest number, and then we have been told that here we have been told already that we are going to take 5 as the lower class limit for the first class interval. So we are going to take 5 here. So what are we going to do here? For us to find the second lower class limit for the second interval, we are going to take, this is where the class width is going to work. So we are going to take our class width, which is 14, and we add here on the first lower class limit. So if we add 14 by 5, so we add 14 plus 5, it's going to be 19. So we're going to repeat the process here. Get the third lower class limit. You're going to say 14 again plus this 19. We're going to get 33. We're going to get 47. 47 plus 14, you're going to get 61. So this is how we get the lower class limit. So now for the upper class limit, for calculating the first upper class limit on the first class interval, what you're going to do, we are going to come here on the second interval, on the lower limit, on the lower class limit of the second interval, we will subtract 1 from 19 here, and then that answer is the first upper class limit for the first interval. And then now to find the second upper class limit for the second interval, we are going to start adding that class width. So here, after determining the class interval, myself, I prefer to start with writing the frequencies before writing the tally. So when determining the frequencies, what I'm going to do is that I need to count the number in the interval 5 to 18. So the numbers in the interval 5 to 18, it's 5. You have to know, here we have been told that we have to take 5 as the lower class limit. So we have to know that we are having 5. And after having 5, we are also having 9. After 9, we are having 13. After 13, we are having 15. We are having again 15. And then lastly, it is 16. So then after this, we count the numbers we are having this interval 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the frequency 6. So we are going to come here and write 6. And then in the interval 19 to 32, which numbers are we having? 19 to 32, we are having 24. And after 24, we are having 25. After 25, we are having 26. After 26, we are having 27. And then the frequency is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 44. And then in the interval 33 to 46. 33 to 46, we are having 33. And then we are having 34. And then 35. And then lastly 37. So here we are also having the frequency of 4. And then 47 to 60. We are going to repeat this process. So 33 to 46, we are having 47 to 60. 47 to 60, we are going to take 52, 1, 53, 53, 2, 56, 3, and then it's done. So here we are having 52, 53, and 56, which is equals to 3. And then lastly, on 61 and 74, we are having 62, which is 1, and then another 62, 2, 64, 3, 72, 4, 73, 5, 73, 6, 74, 7. So here we are having a frequency of 7 here. And then on 47, say 3 here, and then here said 4, 4. So this is how you get the frequency. So and then on tally, you draw your tally like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 50 you cross, then the 6 one right here for the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, then for 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So this is how you draw a frequent repeating table while given the number of classes. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So I wish we are going to meet on the next video, where we are going to do another example which is slightly different from this one, where we are not given the number of classes in the first class interval.